Why do I have this as the first thing that you see when I'm on screen? Why? Why do I do this to myself? But even like Sean Davis, who's that? Writes at the Federalist, yeah. And obvious drag queen, breaking person who's justified as Robert Kennedy Jr. His name is Brian King. Was just fired. His name is Brian King. He's a DI fanatic who served as director at the Center for Tobacco Products. What the What is that supposed to say? WUSS? Is that a Y or an X back there? Wussux? Wussy? I kind of don't want to know. Oh yeah, there's a Supreme Court, whatchamacallit, this seat for a Supreme Court seat in Wisconsin. This is actually one of the weirder accounts I have. It's Wisconsin's conservative sponge. It's just a picture of SpongeBob, like, cleaning a table. I don't know why this guy decided that he wants... why he's identifying with SpongeBob, but more power to him. And apparently he's got some accolades, so, you know. Big Midwestern guy. Darn, where was that? I should probably actually make an effort to promote my stream. Wisconsin alert. If you are in line, stay in line. If you are in line by 8 p.m., you are legally allowed to vote. Yeah, it's constant reminders that once you're in line, because other times they'll try and kick you out or try and, you know, depending on how scurrilous the local officials may be, they may try and, like, you know, dissuade you from voting depending on, you know, who they think would be at advantage. I need to go my own channel. Do your channel. Am I not streaming? See that doc, where is it? Stats, stream information. Nope, not that one. Docs. Restream channels. Says I'm streaming. Alright, well, there's a link. Copy link. Tweet it out. No, wait, I did a preparatory post, so... Alright. Live now. Now. On YouTube as well. Wow, I cannot type to save my life. Zero viewers on Twitter and 0 viewers on YouTube. Yep, that's about standard for me. I know there's definite bias against, whatchamacallit, male VTubers are not the thing as much as female VTubers are. I imagine that actually if I flesh tubed as a man, I might actually get somewhere, but I decided, like, I like and have become perhaps maybe a little bit too obsessed with VTubers as of late that I decided, oh, I'll just do that. But I'm kind of like, I'd like to preserve some level of anonymity for myself for right now. Streaming. Got Shugi-Sha, 32K here on Twitter. Impressive. Kibbs, this is a guy who Arch streams with, and then there's myself with absolutely 0 viewers. Alright, maybe I should actually, like, where did I put the goddamn phone? Alright, oh, I need to get my phone. I'm gonna try and drag in a friend, see if I can get somebody to talk with. I'm gonna open up Grok because I want to understand how the heck does the Supreme Court work in Wisconsin? Like, this makes no sense to me. Like, how this, like, there's such a big election that pins on one person. Because, my only frame of reference is, the federal government's Supreme Court of the United States, which has, like, 9 members appointed by the president, confirmed by the Senate. Although I don't think the confirmation by the Senate, that's where I think it literally says in the Constitution just need, we say confirmation process, but all it has to do is consult with the Senate, which we've taken to mean, oh, they vote on him, on whoever, or him or her who is appointed to whatever exposition. Right, how many members of the Supreme Court are there? I ask because there is a big down going down over the election between, I think it's Crawford and Schimmel. No. My only frame of reference is SCOTUS, where there are 9 members and all are appointed by the president. Members of Wisconsin's Supreme Court are there. I asked because there's 9 members, all appointed by the president. I just run that, see what Grok tells me. Wow, 8 posts, 15 webpages. Wisconsin Supreme Court has 7 members, unlike the U.S. Supreme Court SCOTUS, where all 9 justices are appointed by the president and confirmed by the Senate. Wisconsin Supreme Court justices are elected by the state's voters to serve 10-year terms. Okay, interesting. They have term limits. These elections are officially nonpartisan, meaning candidates don't run with party labels, but in practice they often align with liberal or conservative ideologies and receive support from political parties and interest groups. Current election showdown between Susan Crawford and Brad Schimmel, happening today in April 1st, 2025, is a big deal because it's for an open seat left by retiring Justice Ann Walsh Bradley. Right now, the court is a 4-3 liberal majority, and this election will decide if the majority holds or flips to a conservative one. That's why it's getting so much attention. Millions of dollars are being spent, and it could shape rulings on hot-button issues like abortion, redistricting, and voting laws. Yeah, these are the ones I care about. I really don't. I don't particularly care about abortion. I'm okay with the leave it to the states mentality that we effectively got with the overturning of Roe v. Wade like 2 years ago. It was actually funny. I think what's his face? No. M. Tracy abortion. He talked about this. Oh, what the fuck? Fact state that someone committed. What the fuck? No. It's really something how the pro-life position gets crushed almost everywhere. Missouri enshrines abortion in the state constitution, even as Trump won by 18 points. Hard to recall a more thorough and swift nationwide repudiation of what used to be the GOP's core social issue. So, if put into a vote, people will vote to allow abortions the way this is. I know Florida had theirs, but they had a higher threshold to enshrine it as an amendment, which I think makes sense. I think they set a 60 or 65% threshold for when they held a similar enshrinement of abortion in law. Is that if you're going to amend your state constitution, there should be a lot of consensus about it, so it shouldn't be just a slim majority that rules it. So, and I think but Missouri just left it up to simple majority rule. Then again, I guess that means that it could go away simply by a majority. But I guess that doesn't. The lack of an amendment in Florida doesn't necessarily necessitate that there is absolute no access to abortion in Florida. It really is. So, what is this amendment? Would establish constitutional right to reproductive rights and would remove Missouri's ban on abortion. Right to reproductive rights. How euphemistic. Whether or not you can terminate a pregnancy. Now, then, I'm not one of these big. I'm not a big pro-lifer. I don't necessarily. It's not that I don't think life begins at conception. It's that, like, at a certain point, the zygote isn't like a full human being that I'm willing to, like, extend full personhood to. If you want a hard number for me, like 10 to 12 week ban after 10 to 12 weeks. If you didn't like take some wherewithal to do that, to deal with it before then, before it got the fetus the zygote develops into more of a fetus that can like feel pain from an abortion process, it's like no, you take that kid to term and then give it up to adoption if you're really that really don't want the kid. So that's my hard limit, 10 to 12 weeks. That's what I could go for. But, like, I'd be politically cynical enough that if I had to trade, like, a ban after 20 weeks for something that I care about more, like immigration, economic reform, military, something related, I'd trade that in a heartbeat. Like, this is not a motivating issue for me. But, yeah, I do remember I was riding in the car with my dad, and while he is a more conservative gentleman whose ideal presidential candidate was John McCain, like I said in a previous stream, he is like stuck in an era long gone. And he had NPR on, and they were talking about how they had like a pro-Trump guy and an anti-Trump guy, or lady, talking about abortion and how it would affect the presidential election. And the guy is saying, well, Trump is saying leave it to the states. So that gives him wide latitude to decouple the issue of abortion from his campaign. And then the the anti-Trump, like I guess Kamala proponent, said that no, Trump is eternally linked to the anti-abortion cause, or the anti-choice cause, I guess they would like to put it. So if he's indelibly marked by this, and it will drag him down. And that is definitely one of the motivating issues that definitely kept Kamala afloat, which was probably abortion issues above anything else. People are like, just do not go along with the pro-life position in practice. And we definitely saw this with various state amendments going across during the 2024 election, ballot initiatives on amendments or laws to allow abortion, and a lot of them passed. It was only in like turbo red states that they actually like were shot down or bans were voted into effect. So this is an interesting thing. But as Grok said, I think that apparently the issue is that what the oh, that was my phone. The redistricting issue is that, you know, the people, like everyone has heard of the term gerrymandering, about how you can construct the shapes the boundaries of House districts to I want to bring up the CGP Grey video on gerrymandering again, but essentially the way you can draw the boundaries can affect how many seats come out of a state, what is the partisanship of the states. The big thing to do is try and corral all of the party you don't want to have as many seats into one district as much as possible. So that will be a turbo blue district or turbo red district. But then you sprawl out the rest of the voters in such that they're always outnumbered in the districts to the party that you favor. Um, and to a certain extent, gerrymandering is like legally enforced for civil rights rules allowing for to force there to be to heavily encourage the have black representatives or non-white representatives districts that are so biased as that will produce a district that is for them. And I just like I remember like I'll go to Grok about it. As part of the Voting Rights Act or Bill Rights Act, is it there some rule requiring House districts to be constructed so as to give racial minorities representation in and they're a ridiculously gerrymandered district in Houston for this purpose. Wow, I cannot spell. All right. And what did it read through? Yes, referring to Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which prohibits voting practices or procedures that discriminate on the basis of race, color, membership in certain minority language groups. While it doesn't explicitly mandate the creation of districts to ensure racial minority representation, it has been interpreted by courts to require, under specific conditions, the drawing of districts that give minority groups fair opportunity to elect candidates of their choice. This often leads to majority-minority districts, where a racial or ethnic minority group makes up the majority of the voting age population. The legal framework comes from Thornburg v. Gingles, which set three-part test if redistricting plan violates Section 2 by diluting minority vote strength. The minority group must be sufficiently large and geographically compact to form a majority in a single-member district. The minority group must be politically cohesive, i.e. tend to vote as a bloc. The majority must vote as a bloc in a way that usually defeats a minority-preferred candidate. When the conditions are met, states must be required to draw districts that enable minority voters to elect their preferred candidates, often resulting in oddly shaped districts. The Houston you're talking about, District 18. All right, let's just get up a picture of that. District 18. I swear it was supposed to look like a hollow triangle. Oh, I think. Yeah, look at this shit. Look at this shit. You can't even see it properly, but like, go to the Wikipedia page. Yeah, look at this crap. It's all North Houston, or it's all outside. Let's see here. Here's Houston, Pasadena. So we're, yeah. So who the heck is in here? Whose district is? What the fuck is this shit? Oh, like there's George Bush International Airport all the way up in the north. Which has historically been a majority-minority district designed to ensure African-American representation, as the 2020 Census District Section 18 remains centered in Houston, encompassing much of the city's downtown and historically black neighborhoods like 3rd Ward. Its boundaries twist and turn to capture these communities, like avoiding others, creating a shape that's been criticized as gerrymandered. The district has been represented by figures like Barbara Jordan, or recent Sheila Jackson Lee, reflecting its purpose as amplifying black political power. Another contender to be District 89, which has a significant Hispanic majority and covers large parts of eastern Houston, including heavily Latino areas like the East End. Its shape also zigzags to concentrate Hispanic voters as a result. Yeah, so some people brought this up that, you know, now that there's like a pretty hefty conservative bent on the Supreme Court, it might be worth re-challenging the Supreme Court case, because stare decisis is not a fucking thing anymore. Hasn't been for a goddamn while. It'd be nice if we get Plyer v. Doe overturned, which meant that, yes, local state governments cannot ban children who are illegal immigrants from being registered and allowed to go to their school. Like, that should be taken up. Some state needs to brave and say, we're going to enforce this ban, and we're going to take it to SCOTUS and get it relitigated. Because we've had a ton of litigation on Supreme Court cases, all right? Plessy v. Ferguson, and there was a more specific off-spin case that took the principles of Plessy v. Ferguson of separate but equal and applied it to schools, was overturned by Brown v. Board of Education. And then, we had Roe v. Wade overturned with whatever that case is. And of course, the infamous Japanese internment Supreme Court cases. There's one named Korematsu or something, U.S. v. Korematsu, that was decided on whatchamacallit. Decided that even Japanese who has U.S. citizenship can be involuntarily interred. And the fun part is that was done solely under Article 2 wartime powers for the president. There was no special act for that passed. I think maybe Congress may have followed up for it at some point after it, but it was purely an executive order that led to that and justified as under Article 2 powers. But Supreme Court cases have obviously, I think even in the 2017 case that basically sanctioned the quote-unquote Muslim ban that Trump did, even though plenty of Muslim countries were banned. It was basically picking on any country that was outside U.S., that any Muslim country that the U.S. wasn't friends with, like Syria or Iran, couldn't send people, but Saudi Arabia and Pakistan sure could. And of course, major majority Muslim countries like Indonesia and Malaysia were perfectly fine were not part of the ban. Apparently another ban's coming in. They're cooking up another one under that same guise. Then be more sprawling and might even piss off some of our allies, but that seems to be the theme of this administration, for better or for worse. So tap thirsty. Yeah, and then there's another district. So people complain about gerrymandering, but there are certain cases that some gerrymandering that needs to happen in order to fly by this. So I've heard murmurs on Twitter about people who should states should try and force district borders and then challenge this ruling all the way up to SCOTUS and try and get it overturned. So what's next? Oh, the last thing I'll talk about is I finished listening to, but not directly reading. Let's see, there's Nemet's. Subscribe. I used to pay for his Substack, but he doesn't put out, and this was completely free. So hold on, where's this image? Yeah, so this was his annexed to the what? I don't know. Boundaries of 18 1791. So annexed to the United States, Upper Canada, Lower. Man, was he saying this? I just could not figure out what Upper and Lower Canada was. He ran a long string story about how the multiple attempts that America made to annex Canada, multiple attempts that Canadians did to try and unify themselves, get themselves annexed by the United States. He also pointed out that it's funny that up until the American Revolution, Canada was dominated by the Quebecois, by French-speaking Quebecois. It was only after the Revolution, when America basically torched and burned a bunch of Upper Canada and Lower Canada, that it made room for English-speaking immigrants or settlers at that point, to Canada, and American Tory loyalists, people who were loyal to the Crown of England or Crown of Great Britain then retreated up there. And that turbocharged it to lose the Quebecois supermajority, and then later, eventually, it became a massive majority. And you spun a whole long trail about how actually, honestly, so much of America, Canada was actually settled by Americans, especially like the prairie states of Alberta and Saskatchewan. And British Columbia was far more connected to San Francisco than it was to the rest of Canada. Another thing he pointed out is how Canada has had a history of oligarchs who have run it far more than it has been democratic. Whereas the U.S., the federal system pushed through by Jefferson and James Madison, led to more honest, like full right Republican governance, not necessarily democratic. Elections, but not elections and Republican representation. Giving states autonomy to run themselves and also voice in the federal government. That's not how it was running. Canada was more directly ruled, and it was informally ruled through oligarchs. At least that's the tale Nemes was spinning. And he says that even like now, like this oligarch still works, and there are some prominent families that are very close with politicians that more control Canada than their idea that they're a better democracy than America is. Would like you to believe. So there are multiple attempts to annexation, and then he got to like the more modern stuff where he basically said like Canada like doesn't know what to do with itself. So this honest idea that Canada is like always defined itself as opposition to America, that's a far more recent phenomenon than maybe you'd like to, than Canadians would like to tell themselves. Honestly, I need to actually go online and check how my audio is doing. Give myself one petty viewer off my phone. Also, it's April Fool's Day. Everyone's making their April Fool's joke. I know R and Uni, my favorite, my go-to account for Japanese news, decided to do a whole DPRK LARP. DPRK, yeah, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Commie North Korea LARP for whatchamacallit, for April Fool's Day, but 13 hours ahead of me, so I'm like reading this all on March 31st, and it's like this joint is just like I'm getting this way too ahead of time. Democratic Commie North Korea LARP for whatchamacallit, for April Fool's Day, but 13 hours ahead of me, so I'm like reading this all on March 31st, and it's like this joint is just like I'm getting this way too ahead of time. Oh God, I'm just realized I'm giving all you feedback. Sorry. In any case, my voice sucks as much as it usually does. I guess I'll go to the more. Let's see, how many images that? No, I'm not subscribing to you now. So this is just. Oh yeah. Had the United States maintained an army the size that it had in the 1970s, then it could have taken advantage of political instability in the two Canadas with the aid of largely sympathetic populations. The American majority in Upper Canada, over here, was broadly but shallowly supportive of the United States, even if they denied a voice in affairs of state. If they were denied a voice in affairs of state. To the northeast, the Quebecois were embittered by the Anglican bishops' criticism of the established position of the Catholic Church in Lower Canada. They became infuriated by the government's arrest of its critics and may have rebelled if the British hadn't replaced. However, Jefferson and Madison's ideological sympathies for a military based around state militias left the United States ill-prepared for any campaigns of conquest. Okay. I also said, he also argues that New Brunswick and Nova Scotia are far more tied into New England. In fact, I think he argued that one of these two was actually settled by people from New England. This area of the United States. Also, there's a large trend of economic integration with Canada. As much as they like to Some Canadians would like to say that they are separate from America. They are so economically integrated with us. It's kind of like, being a separate nation is like a whole nother, is a bit of a joke. There's also hydrological economic angles to the fears. Early European settlement of the Americas achieved through water rather than by land. As a result, it followed two patterns. First, there was a line of settlement along the Atlantic seaboard from Nova Scotia in the north to St. Augustine in the south, dominated by the British after 1776, the Americans. The second was along internal waterways of North America. The second pattern stretched from the outlet of the Mississippi near New Orleans up the river and its tributaries across the portages of the Great Lakes, through rapids and falls, and finally to the St. Lawrence River and its outlet near Quebec City. And then he makes a point that the St. Lawrence River basically lost relevance with the Erie Canal, because you can ship things through the Great Lakes, through New York, and then out to sea. Alberta and Saskatchewan were settled by people more like Americans from the Great Plains states, from Idaho to the Dakotas and Montana. Canada Tories still loyal. Oh yeah, there was apparently a rebellion in the 40s, or in the early 40s in Canada, against Whig control. But then after they won, burned down the provincial parliament building in Montreal while rioting in what is now Ottawa. And not before increasingly bitter sectional struggles in the United States relating to slavery, Canada may have States surpassed Britain as Canada's main trading partner in 1860. The members of the oligarchies were still fresh in the minds of reformers. The Republicans had appeal. The Tories were divided between the United States who wanted to create. States and United States. What do you say? Oh, yeah, so this is where there's during the Civil War things got burned. What was the point? The final blow for many prominent English-speaking Canadians were the electoral victories of the Whigs in Britain in 1847 election and the passage of the Rebellion Losses Bill in 1849. The Rebellion Losses Bill awarded a substantial amount of money to those who had property damaged or destroyed during the previous decade's rebellion. Since most of the destruction was done by the hands of the Tories and suffered by the rebels themselves, the Tories were outraged. The Tories had lost in triumph more thoroughly than they could have ever imagined. Yeah, it's like one of those weird things in history, various times, when you win the war, but then you suffer and defeat far more somehow. In any case, there's a point when British Columbia may have tried to join with the United States. That didn't happen. American Jews has to fade with the immigration of Americanophilic Canadians, but never fully died. There even talks about this, even up into the early 1900s. The U.S. Constitution's Commerce Clause is taken for granted by Americans to assume that the federal government will regulate all interstate commerce and that the states have little to no ability to protect their. Wow, what a. Am I not? Is this a Rick and Morty moment where I think it's supposed to be NO, not no? Ability to protect their industries from other states. Canada, formed voluntarily from a mixture of oligarchies and elected assemblies, has considerably stronger provincial governments, geographical, linguistic, and political barriers, as well as naked provincial protections that plague Canada from its foundation. Those barriers impose such a burden upon business that most Canadian provinces trade more with the United States than they do the rest of Canada. Indeed, this is a pattern across Canadian history. So yeah, Canadian disunity is a thing. It was only after World War I that English speakers of Canada gained a noticeable sense of national identity for the first time in history, like their counterparts in Australia. The sacrifices of Canadians in war instilled a sense of shared destiny that was able to overcome the views of previous generations, bitterness over conscription, as well as a desire for the Quebecois to enjoy their own small part of the world without European interference, inflamed the old divide between Quebec and the rest of Canada. That divide, long covered by the insularity of Quebecois politics, would surface with secularization and globalization in the decades to come. This was not long to last. There's a lot of immigration. The American share of imports exceed what had been during the Reciprocity Treaty of 1862. 1.16 million emigrated from Canada to the United States during the decade. So there's been a lot of flow of people between the two countries, eager to partake in the opportunities offered. almost a tenth of the Canadian population. The result was that in 1840, a tenth of immigrants in the United States had been born in Canada, and the overall population of the United States was 1% Canadian. The share of the U.S. population with Canadian roots amounted to perhaps a third of Canada's 1940 population, as in the 19th century. English-speaking Canadian immigrants were disproportionately drawn from the educated and productive classes. So there's been a continual brain drain effect from Canada to the United States. Second World War and the Cold War expanded upon economic integration and military subjugation. Harsh term. In 1940, Canada and the United States formed the Permanent Joint Defense Board on Defense, coordinating their military industrial strategies against Germany and effectively turning Canada's military into branches of the United States military. Woo, that's a wild statement. The subordinate relationship was expanded in the 1950s with the creation of NORAD's predecessor, NORAD being North American Air Defense Coordination thing. So everything is like, we control the skies for all above it, and Canadian forces placed under the control of Americans, and American troops were deployed on Canadian soil. So, yeah. So, yeah. Then this is probably where he starts drawing on the book Lament for a Nation. He doesn't explicitly say it here, but apparently, Lament for a Nation. The Defeat of Canadian Nationalism, a 1965 essay, Political Philosophy by Canadian philosopher George Grant. The essay examined the political fate of Prime Minister John Diefenbacher's progressive conservative government in the light of refusal to allow nuclear arms on Canadian soil and the Liberal Party's political acceptance of the warheads. A bestseller inspired by a surge of nationalist feeling in Canada, evident by its recognition of the literary review books in 2005. Although grounded in the particular examination of Diefenbacher fate in the 1963 federal election, the analysis transcended Canadian politics, studying Canadian and U.S. national foundations, concerns UK and North America, Canada's dual nature of French and English nation, the fate of Western Enlightenment, and the philosophical analysis of citizenship in modern democracies. I think there was a 1980 release of the book. But apparently the entire point is that there was a faction within the Conservative Party of Canada that tanked Diefenbacher's election campaign, allowing the Liberals to come to power, not first leading to Pierre Trudeau, father of Justin Trudeau, the now disgraced, recently resigned Prime Minister of Canada, but he would then get it after another electoral session or something. He felt that there was an emerging Americanization of Canadians and Canadian culture due to the inability of Canadians to live outside of the hegemony of American liberal capitalism. Is he a conservative? The technology that emanates from that system, he saw a trend occurring in Canada from one of nationalism to continentalism. Grant suggested the absorption of Canada into the United States was due in part to the idea of human progress as an inevitable force of homogenizing nature, which occurs through the power of government, corporations, and technology. He notes that the idea of progress is often associated with proving that it is assumed that evolution will always be a positive change. He asserts that necessity and good are not the same thing. In the conclusion, he ponders the good that can result from the erasure of boundaries between the two countries, such as increased access to material goods and, more significantly, the freedom offered by liberalism. Grant also argued that the media was used to enforce power structures rather than to convey factual data following the practice of empire. This is like something point where you're transcending left versus right at this point to a certain extent. Grant follows Diefenbacher's rise and fall and noted that when his 1957 victory was due to his support of local businessmen who were threatened by large corporations, ironically, his later defeat would be due to the same reason. Large corporations were offended by his opposition and concern with the people. So the would-be left party, the Liberal Party, won because at the hand of oligarchic power in the face of, in the form of large corporations. So, it's weird, and the conservative is decrying that because, what we think of now of left-right politics, of Republicans in favor of big business, and well, even that may be considered to be turning around in recent days, where the most rich and highly educated places vote for the Democrats now. at least along racial lines, if it's within white people in the United States. Whatever. Moving on. Yeah, there's a lot of Quebecois separatism. There was a 1995 referendum, which I probably talked about before, but there was also a 1980 referendum that was far more. That was a far cleaner victory. First, Progressive Conservatives 2000 took over the resulting Conservative Party of Canada, reform publicly advocated a United Canada with no special position for Quebec, its leadership. All right. Yeah, this is weird. So, Canada's Charter of Rights and Freedoms serves as the Canadian equivalent to both the American Bill of Rights and Civil Rights Act. It enshrines both liberties as well as entitlements. The entitlements, much as in the United States, were later found by judges to supersede certain liberties. Indeed, some of the Enlightenments required a reorganization of society and culture. The Charter, along with the Multiculturalism Act of 1988, obliged companies and civic organizations to actively advance the interests of racialized populations. Unlike the United States, where civil rights law applies to everyone, Canadian law grants special representation and privileges to select groups which are not presently perceived as part of the deracialized English Canadian heritage population. The concept of representation and privilege in the Canadian context are understood similarly as they are in the United States. Canada's multiculturalism policies create disciplinary alignment organs similar in function to parties cadres of the Soviet Union, while similar practice to the less suffocating human resource departments in the United States. Western states, Canada included, avoid imposing unpopular indoctrination programs on the public by devoting that responsibility to most private institutions. Typically, that comes in the form of human resource departments, which indoctrinate and discipline their workers to ensure the institution can't be punished by state bureaucracies or the courts. The general population is thus aligned with the state ideology in a manner advised by the institutions which they voluntarily interact. More specific terms would be like the concept of adverse or harmful work environment, which could be like interpreted as anything. Just like, oh, you say one thing like, that's, mean to women or a racial minority, and boom, that's you have to get fired for that. Otherwise, any one of those people will make a suit for hostile work environment. That's it, hostile work environment. That's what I'm working for. And of course, there are basically companies have to have informal quotas for gender and race in order to keep the bureaucracy, the federal government, off their back, to make sure that they don't get sued under like disparate impact grounds or something else, and just to look good. Because if you're like if your employee base is predominantly white, it's going to attract attention. Like, what are you doing wrong? Notably, to decrease state capacity, the older, more democratic organs of the Canadian government worked with voluntary organizations such as the Orange Order or Catholic Church to mobilize hundreds of thousands of people to meet crises such as the World Wars, as well as smaller matters. The newer organs are far better at indoctrination, but inferior at mass mobilization than the old. Paid community activists and NGOs cannot replicate the old organic organization upon which mass democracy was based, but they are certainly more loyal. Few will bite the hand that feeds them. So spreading that multiculturalism, bilingualism have basically hollowed out Canada. The multiculturalism policy Dr. Pierre Trudeau were successful in the short term, mostly rhetorical, and his first period in office it successfully undercut the separatist movement in Quebec to the point that the first sovereignty referendum in 1988 lost by almost 20 points. The population outside of Quebec was still quite homogenous, so immigration from the third world added flavor rather than chaos to Canadian society. The reglobalization of the world inspired most. Trudeau himself included, by 1955, it had been added to the benefit of keeping Quebec in the Federation as disproportionately English-speaking immigrant neighborhoods voted to remain in Canada. Trudeau's protectionist policies, such as the Foreign Investment Review Agency and the National Energy Program, aimed at preserving Canadian sovereignty. That political integration would follow the already extant economic military integration was a very real fear, and self-sufficiency in energy and state approval for investment were prudent measures. However, they resurrected issues with the prairie provinces that had yet to be fully resolved, and in any case, were swept away by the next prime minister. Alright, what is this? Resource disputes and shit. Market liberalism revived in the 1980s, culminating in NAFTA. Trade views in the United States dramatically shifted in the economic and social orientation of Canada. Internal trade barriers stifled the development of the Canadian market, driving most of enterprise and Canadian business towards the U.S. market. International trade with the United States grew considerably faster than Canada's interprovincial trade, while interprovincial and international trade had been roughly equal prior to the free trade agreements. By 2000, over 80% of trade was international rather than interprovincial. The Quebec Meech Lake Accords negotiations at Meech Lake, the Quebecois sought recognition of a distinctive society within Canada as well as a greater devolution of powers to the provinces. The Accords fell apart and thus revitalized the Quebecois separation movement. It won 54 out of Quebec's 75 seats in the 1993 election and supported a 1995 Quebec sovereignty referendum. Ultimately, the referendum failed and Quebec remained in the Confederation. Quebec's loyalty was brought with generous subsidies through Canada's provincial equalization program. English Canadians stuck with the Quebecois, tried to form an identity inclusive of the Quebecois, but failed to take root in the population, which government's policy had deliberately deracinated. By the 2000s, Canadian politics were downstream and reactive to those of the United States. George W. Bush's invasion of Iraq drove a wave of anti-war sentiment. Even though Canada didn't participate in the invasion, Canadians became reflexively supportive of their healthcare system despite prior complaints. Commitment to international law institutions were allowed to supersede domestic interests to the point that Canada accepted partial responsibility for the Rwandan genocide in 2010. Fucking how? The trend accelerated in 2010s and 2020s under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. While the United States saw a rise in anti-immigration sentiment, Canada invited 13.5% of her population from 2015 to 25. Canada enthusiastically embraced the Black Lives Matter movement, with Prime Minister Trudeau kneeling to George Floyd, an unprecedented act as prime ministers merely curtsy to the King or Queen of Britain. Because they still have this notional realm of we're the Commonwealth tied to Great Britain and the Crown. They have even a special position of some guy who's supposed to carry some big ornate scepter, which is supposed to be representation of the Queen or the British monarch's power in Canada, however ephemeral it actually is, or not real it actually is. Canada found her own parallel to the BLM with the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls inquiry, as well as supposed residential schools genocide. The inquiry found that Canada was actively committing genocide against Amerindian women as late as 2019. There's a lot to be discussed about this. And, the residential school genocide is also, they haven't found anything. I'm not going to jump to another article I want to actually play a fucking video game, but there's an author in American Conservative Magazine who actually did dig deep into that and found, there was nothing there. There's nothing to this residential school genocide. Trudeau accepted the findings of the inquiry. He later tacitly supported the burnings of churches, which had been blamed for the supposed residential school genocide. It's a common talking point. Canada's long-delayed doom is visible at long last. All right, so he gets into his prognostication. Canada's long-delayed doom is visible at long last. The inertia that had preserved the Canadian state has been dampened. Neither Pierre Poilievre nor Mark Carney, so this is the guy who'd take over from Trudeau right now. This is the guy running the Conservative Party. Also, news tidbit that came out, this sort of party to the right of the Conservative Party, like the NDP or something, with Maxime Bernier or something running it, said that they are now joining forces to take down Mark Carney and the Liberal Party. The two possible prime ministers have the will, men, or vision to make nation out of Canada. These provincial autonomous parties, the three provincial autonomous parties in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Quebec, all have long-standing issues with Canada's constitution and federal government. The decay in state legitimacy as the result of its own actions, as well as economic stagnation, have exacerbated the tensions with those three provinces of the federal government. The Quebec issue threatens to flare up in 2026 with the pending provincial victory of the separatist Parti Québécois, particularly if Poilievre and his Conservatives control the federal government. If Carney wins, the Western provinces, particularly Alberta, will start a new constitutional crisis over control of provincial resources. The ill-thought-out multiculturalism policy has borne its bitter fruit with large anti-Semitic marches, a proliferation of ethnic self-aggrandizement, and a collapse of Canadian patriotism. Except when, Trump decides to bully Canada, at which point they're just they'll rally around their flag. Ethnic self-aggrandizement. I think he's referring to the Khalistani movement. Basically, if you know what a Sikh are, they're a more obscure and far more recent religion in India that is weirdly Hindu and Muslim syncretized together. Syncretism. They had a state in Punjab that was, forced run by Sikhs, but that's not a thing anymore. And India heavily suppresses any idea of an independent Sikh state. But tons of Sikhs have moved through Canada's open immigration policy, and so basically Canada is now the hotbed for the Khalistani movement, the movement for an independent Sikh state out of India. And this has led to India actually running assassinations on Canadian territory against some of these people running these movements. So I guess that's what it'd be. Anti-Semitic marches, yeah, that's probably because you invited tons of Muslims into your country, man, and they're not friendly. They don't like the sons of Abraham. Most honestly, the long-friendly United States, alienated by the naked abuse of intelligence sharing. Oh yeah, this is a whole thing he doesn't talk into, but the Five Eyes Agreement, this intelligence sharing agreement between the Anglophone nations of America, Canada, Great Britain, New Zealand, and Australia, is a way to get around normal policing functions, restrictions through in the Constitution. Article 4, right to unreasonable searches. You have to get a warrant to even phone tap somebody. But if it's a foreign nation like Canada do it, they can tap your phones and then give that information to you, and get around that. So give you all the dirt that you spy on people, even if you can't even legally if it's not legally actionable immediately. So you can spy on your own population by having a foreign country do it for you, and they just share it as intelligence. And even Trump has floated like kicking Canada out of the Five Eyes Agreement. Does he have authority to do that unilaterally? Who knows? But I doubt that's going to stop him. Most honestly, perhaps an American seeking to surpass his revolutionary ancestors will follow their paths and sweep the old Northern order away for all time. After all, why should Americans allow those of our own blood and culture to live under a government hostile to our interests? Is not British Columbia an extension of our Pacific Northwest? Are not the prairie provinces, particularly Alberta, part of the Great Plains? Nova Scotia has always been an extension of Massachusetts, and New Brunswick was founded by Americans. Quebec alone of the Canadian provinces is alien to us. And these are the tons of books he has read about this. Yeah. So, lots of Amazon links to books. That's the thing about Nemesis, he reads a lot. First comment. This and I'll move on. We don't want them. The most right-wing Canadian is a socialist. Make Canadian provinces states, and the Democrats will have a veto-proof majority in the Senate. It also guarantee the net president would be AOC. No thanks, we don't want them. Yeah, so I don't think he even Nemesis himself has even advocated like fully annexing them, but it would be something to do over time. I think the plan that I see, I've said this before, forward is get Alberta's and Saskatchewan integrated states. If they're gone, Quebec is fucking gone too. We give them a compact of free association like the various island nations out in the Pacific. Military subjugate to them, but they can still pretend to be an independent country, have a seat at the UN, the WHO, their own Olympic team, whatever. Just let us put a THAAD missile battery in there and let us, and military integrate with us. That's all we need. And we don't have. You can even have closed immigration. American riffraff aren't allowed to move to Quebec. All right. Yeah. So finally went through all this. So yeah. He can go on some wild takes here. So this is really funny. I wish I want Short Fat Otaku to be forced to read this shit. That would be the most funny shit possible. Because his idea of Canada is very much caught in the modern day and definitely divorced from a lot of this long history. Then again, how much is the present moment divorced through history? And people don't have long spanning view. So we'll see how this goes. All right. That's enough of that. I'm gonna fire Space Marine 2, like I said, because I just want to do a brain dead shooter. Then I'm gonna eat. I got an event to go to. That's right. I should also. Yeah, I'm getting spammed with. I got a lunch with a new friend acquaintance that I met through the same thing related that I'm going to tomorrow night. Get out and be social. But I have to like drive out like 20 minutes to meet the guy. At whatchamacallit. Alright, fuck it. Space Marine. Oh. Where's my controller? Alright, let's get this going. I probably like lost control of the function of my muscle memory of where the which controls what. Why is this taking so long? What is going on here? Launching. Okay. Try launching it from running install script Microsoft VC redistributable. What the fuck does that mean? It's not kicking my downloads or anything. What is this? Oh, no. Alright, it's firing up now. Oh, I can feel my computer heating up. Alright. It's windowed. I don't want windowed. I want full screen. I bought an extra. Oh, no, there it goes. Risk of seizure. Alright, I'm hearing it. Hopefully you're hearing it too. But you can't see it. I don't know why it's always so slow. I need to. You can hear it, but you can't see it. Oh god, what? Ah! What the fudge? Alright. God, the mouse disappeared. Load. There we go. Alright. Just do story mode. Don't know what else to do. Warhammer 40K. Joining server, loading resources. Can't see it. There it is. Man. Oh man, I made VTube Studio glitch out. Oh well. Oh god, such epic music for such a blank screen. Alright.
The captain is withholding something.
Acheran will not deceive us, Gadriel.
Then where did Dimitri and Titus serve previously? And why is he back in battle so soon after such grievous surgery?
Sergeant Ventiad spoke of a Death Watch team that deployed a virus bomb on Kadaku. Perhaps our lieutenant was one of them. I am far more concerned with what we just saw at that crash site.
Yeah, so they don't trust us. Man, the camera really wants me to focus on them. What the f...
Lieutenant.
Brother, are you recovered?
I am.
The apothecary should run a diagnostic.
I do not have the need nor the time for such a process.
Magos Gallio also expressed his concern. Consider his counsel, if not ours.
If there is any risk of recurrence, it puts the whole squad in jeopardy.
It can wait. I must speak with Captain Acheran.
As you command.
I can invite a player. Nah, I'm good playing by myself. Again. Bare feet on hard metal floors.
It has been 2 days now since your
It's not fun. Don't do that.
Tyranids on Kadaku left us no room for respite.
Hold on. Let me go back into this room for a second.
let me perform the necessary cleansing rites.
Alright, so what? Locker, and then... Is this not my Death Watch, like, armor or something? Does that not give away? Purification, purge... Awe... What the fudge? Meeting tablet, and that's my bed. That's it. There's a chain sword. I can't pick it up. I want the power sword or the power axe more than anything.
Cut down in swathes. Their armies crushed. Their tainted lands burned to ash. And their wretched kind eradicated from existence. Now, go forth and lay waste to the Xenos plague in the name of the Emperor.
The Emperor protects. Alright. What am I even doing?
The death of an Archmagos will not be regarded favorably by the machine cult.
Now, who cares what they say?
Brother, it is a relief to see you on your feet.
Heard you took a turn for the worse.
Such reports were exaggerated.
I'm glad to hear it.
Your efforts in delaying the swarm were admirable.
It was a sight to behold, brother.
I must report to Acheran. Excuse me.
The Emperor protects.
The Emperor protects. Darius? Was this his name? Yeah. So I guess these guys would be part of, like, whatever the, like, team combat mission is, divorced from Titus. That's part of, like, the multiplayer thing. Loading, loading, loading.
Was that truly the work of the archenemy?
It was not clear to you.
It may have been only a handful of fanatics.
A handful of cultists could not bring down a Thunderhawk.
He is right. The arch-enemy is here.
They chose to reveal their presence. There must have been a reason they wanted Nozick dead.
I completely forget which happened. So we lost an Archmagos last time. Whose fault was it, though?
Damnation happened down there.
Nozick was assassinated.
The Adeptus Mechanicus report said engine failure.
That's not what I saw.
Sergeant. Traitors.
Chaos.
You're sure?
No mistaking it, sir.
Clear the bridge! Nozick was head of a highly classified project.
Aurora. What is it?
A weapon.
And the minions of Chaos learned of
This is just a redux to Space Marine 1.
Nozick dead, there's only one man capable of continuing the work. Morius Luz, Nozik's apprentice. He is currently missing. His last known location was a Mechanicus facility on Avarax, one that is now overrun with Tyranids. This will get you into the cogitator within the facility. You can access Luz's tracker from there. We are on course to Avarax now. I want you ready the second we enter orbit.
Sir, what was on the ship with Nozick?
What concern is it of yours?
The Mechanicus seemed eager to retrieve it, and yet the enemy left it untouched.
Whatever it is, without Luz, it's useless to us.
Oh god. Something might be going wrong with stream. Oh, we're alive.
Lieutenant, the journey to Avarax will take time. Enough for a brief diagnostic.
Very well, if it will put you at ease.
Magus Gallio will be in the armory.
What the fuck? Oh, wait. Alright, we're back on.
Correcting. 4 degrees starboard. On course. Engines to full.
Maintain all specs monitoring. The Tyranids will likely attempt an ambush.
Aye, sir.
We're moving. Oh, I fuck with my mouse now. Alright. Stained glass windows.
Standing down from
Is that supposed to be the Emperor, or is that supposed to be Gilliman?
normal duties.
The blonde hair makes me want to think it's Gilliman. And man, is that low res. Man, my computer cannot handle the high resolution on this. Alright. Let's get into the action quick. I rambled for way too long, so I shouldn't dilly dally. Or dally my dillies, as Rolf from Ed and Eddie would say. Man, I wish I could just press that instead of having to hold. Oh, excuse me. Visit the armoring hall.
How did you know about Aurora?
I saw the name in a mission report, most of which was redacted.
I would have preferred to stay on Kadaku and hunt down the heretics that dishonored our brothers.
We will find them on Avarax.
Unless Luz is already dead.
Whatever those tech priests are working on is still here, in this system. I expect the greatest battle is yet to come.
Is this the priest dude? You got something to say to me?
I heard that you collapsed upon encountering the tainted wreckage. I am concerned.
A mere side
Side
effect of the
surgery.
I am fully recovered.
Sergeant Gadriel, I trust that you will be close at hand should your brother suffer any further episodes.
Yes, Brother Chaplain.
If the arch-enemy is indeed present, any weakness could grow into a cancer of the soul. Bind yourself to the pages of the Codex, and it will shield you from the glare of heresy.
My faith is without compromise. I will not waver.
I guess is like seeping in like the constant fear of chaos blinds people. They're doubting Titus for no good reason. Or very flimsy reason, I would say.
It was brief. Likely a result of the surgery.
You suffered catastrophic damage to a number of primary organs at the hand of that Carnifex. While in that state, you underwent radical surgery. Your body was ripped open from head to foot. If some error was made and remains undetected, it could cost you your life.
Brother, we cannot afford another episode like that.
The apothecaries may not have time for a thorough diagnostic, but they've given me their sanction to do so. Now settle in. This will take time.
Oh god, what is this? Customization? Oh, what? Now we finally get in? Avarax orbit. Man, that ship is so low res. Give me that 5090. No.
Titus, your biometrics are below peak, but well within the tolerances for combat. I can find no explanation for the symptoms you experienced.
Then I have duties to attend to.
You have the blessings of the Omnisire.
One question. What do you know about Archmagos Nozik's research?
Such knowledge would only grace the peaks of Olympus Mons. I am certainly not privy to the...
Are those things blowing in the wind, or are they, like, active?
records of his discoveries.
Alright, finally, armoring. Alright. Auto bolt rifle. Melta rifle. Marksman bolt carbine. Scope semi-automatic carbine with high fire rate. Stalker bolt rifle. So what is it? Rate of fire 4+, rate of fire 2. Oculus bolt carbine, rapid fire mid-range carbine with extended magazine. This one's all the way over here. Bolt rifle, rate of fire. This one's got a higher rate of fire, and then the good old bolt rifle. Fully automatic precision rifle. Instigator bolt carbine, heavy bolts rifle, plasma, incinerator, and that's it. I'll go with this. Alright, back. Standard issue plasma pistol. Do I want that, or do I want the bolt pistol? Or heavy bolt pistol? Let's go with that. And then chainsword. Oh, we got a power sword now? No power axe, just it's the knife. Chainsword, why is the... So this thing is like upgraded for some reason if it's got the pluses next to it. Whatever, I'm just gonna go with the sword. Y, back. Righteous Fury, appearance. Nope, I'm not gonna fuck with that. Just gonna go with what is. All right, boys, we're going. All right, hold up. One thing. Game helmet visibility. No, yeah, I want helmets on. Yep.
Time to go.
Indeed. Board the Thunderhawk Gorge ship. Yep, we're all in. Let's go, boys. Autobots, roll out. No. Wrong franchise! Although, like, you know, Hasbro might pick up, like, you know, Games Workshop at some point. Mission objective: infiltrate the Adeptus Mechanicus facility, ascertain the location of Morias Lius. Morias Lius is the only individual with knowledge to continue Project Aurora. His missing access to the mechanic. Why do I feel like I've done this mission before? Whatever, I'll go an extra one. Man, I rambled for too long. I'm already an hour 13 minutes into this stream. Alright.
This is as close as I can get you. You will need to take the cargo elevator from here. Focus in when you're ready to leave.
Understood. My thanks, brother.
No, I think this is different.
The lab is within that spire. There's the cargo elevator. Look at all those spores. That'll be one hell of a fight. Shame to miss it. We should be down there with the rest of the company. We will be, soon enough.
Engine sealer. Elevator repairs are incomplete. Please conduct holy maintenance.
The elevator
Holy
is
maintenance.
broken. We must find a way to restore power. Servo Scott, how do we fix the elevator?
Operation without full repair is unwise. You may override safety protocols via the control room at your own risk.
Up there! Looks like the control room. The main entrance is destroyed.
Up there.
Found an alternate route. Plotting now. Check your display. Through that door.
Engine sealer.
What, that one?
Destruction.
Alright, oh, hey, look, there's a power sword.
They're here.
Got here bolt rifle, knife, and Oculus bolt carbine. So, alright. I guess I chose wisely if that's what the game's presenting to me. There's a funny tweet. I swear I should have bookmarked this, but somebody said that actually no, the Adeptus Mechanicus is actually like, you know, fairly accurate for how technology actually works in the modern day. And as somebody who had to deal with maintenance issues of complex technical systems in the Navy, I can sort of sympathize with the view that it said. I probably retweeted it. If I go back, once I'm done here, I'll go find that tweet if I can remember.
The fighting's everywhere but here. What you call this? These are leftovers. Look at these mindless.
Whoops, I did not mean to activate that. Didn't get the execution. Alright, whatever. I got you on you. Get over here. Alright, hold up. What's B grenade? Oh, grenade is B. Alright, and what's Y do? Y activates my super. Wait, is there ammo? Oh wait, can I pick this up? Come on, give me a bolt right. No! Oh. Alright, I'm dilly-dallying. I need to move on. Focus, focus, focus.
The whole spire is infested. The control room may be out of action. Controls are out and find another map. We will meet victory, one way or another.
Alright, so it's hold RB for a stun. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. I'm just like... Missed the execution. Give me that. I need the health. Alright. Oh, I don't have any stems, fuck.
Rooftops ahead. Clear the debris and proceed. The Tyranids will make ruin of the entire city given the chance.
Well, give me stems. Marksman bolt carbine. Knife, what is that? Just auto bolt rifle. You know, fuck it.
Serve me well.
Alright, let's go. Yeah, just gonna heave that out of the way. Where are we even going? We're going to some control room to...
Xenos have the high ground. Then take it from them.
I shoot. Damn. Okay, I think I see the point of the sniper rifle at this point. Alright, whatever. You're shooting. I'm just gonna kill you. Alright. No, there went my hat. Well.
Bridge controls ahead, brother. This will get us to the objective.
I don't want shock grenades. I don't even know what shock grenades create a shock area that slows enemies and deals damage over time. Nah, I prefer frag. Where are we going? This way.
Reloading. Recovering.
Reload my stupid rifle. What even difficulty am I on?
Gears are grinding like an old contraption. Could take a while.
I guess that's the point of giving us the stun grenades. We're about to get swarmed.
Tyranids are staging a counterattack.
Alright, fine. I'll take the game. Where the fuck do they come from? Where am I getting shot from? Oh, you. Oh god.
Special tactics.
Man, I just cannot interact enough.
Another one dead. Restocking. My lord, we may now cross the bridge.
Yeah.
To the objective.
Simple swarm attack, and then I swear, like, this is not as this is way too slow for my taste. Why are they so hot? What is glowing in there?
Sir, you seem to be at full strength again.
Good.
Did the apothecaries identify the cause of your collapse? Focus on the mission, Sergeant.
Yes. Stop. We can discuss this fucking later. Oh god. That was dumb. You're not supposed to shoot those things. I am an idiot. Heavy bolt pistol, that's what I have. Alright. Oh, what the heck is this? Praise the Omnissiah. Work hard, be saved. Planetary Defense Force notice. Due to the spread of Xenos, threat in this sector, citizen evacuation is suspended until further notice. You're on your own. Get fucked. Some goody two. What is it we got here? Auto bolt rifle. I have the auto bolt rifle.
This way.
No, I did not want to do that.
Over here, brothers. The control room is on the other side of that door.
Thank you. Pointing the obvious. Oh, here it is.
Use the controls to restore power.
Is this just gonna work or not?
It worked. Let's get down there. Practical. There's a shortcut across the rooftops to the east. Good. Proceed.
This way.
What motive do these creatures have to attack this facility?
Ooh, crack grenades.
They have no need for the technology. They're like seeds carried by the wind.
Bolt sniper rifle.
Their only motive
Oculus
is
bolt
power
carbine.
and
Stalker bolt rifle. Alright. Fine. This wants me to use this shit, so let's just do it. We're gonna do snippy sniping now. Like how there's just these swarms of things, but they don't seem to want to attack us for some reason. Invisible wall. It's so annoying. I thought I was supposed to jump off that. Alright, let's go forward.
Incoming spores! Cut them down!
With pleasure. Let us get to work, blessed daughter. Pestilent wretch!
Vermin!
My bolter will silence you!
I appreciate that. Just let me shit in the middle of those, and then I took it as like a hit on one of them. Oh god, what is this crap? Ah, shit.
Tyranids take my sight! Come forth and be slaughtered!
Enemy destroyed. Clear that obstruction. Yes, sir.
Alright, well, dealt with that well enough. Through here? Alright, boss. Whatever you say. I guess he's my navigator. Alright, I'll hop on ammo as possible. Stun grenades. Yeah, we're back here. Alright. Bolt for it.
Pause! Care to see who can slay more Xenos, brother Chiron? You wish for me to humiliate you again, brother? Oh, I hope your bolter works better than your memory.
Oh, fuck you. God, where'd it go? Well, that was simple enough. I swear that was easier than,
Too slow.
Oh god. Letting the toxins wear off. Oh god. Yes.
Let us get to work.
Oh, heavy bolt rifle. Alright, let's try that out. Bolt pistol, plasma pistol. Nah, keep the heavy bolt pistol. Wait, how do we move this thing up? Alright, interact with, yeah, control panel all the way back here. I ran for the goodies and then I forgot that didn't pay attention to the objective. Alright, how's this kick? Very nice, very nice.
Platform's very exposed. Expect a bumpy ride. If I'm not mistaken, you've had bad luck with cargo elevators. That was a long time ago. I prefer not to discuss it. At least you made it out alive, which is more than we can say for the orcs. It appears we have their attention, and they have ours. Unfortunate for them.
They're gonna try and gum up the works, aren't they? What are they gonna do? Come directly at us?
They're trying to detach the platform. Cunning little Xenos. Protect those chains. Changing magazine.
Man, I suck at this game. Help me up.
Gargoyles attacking the chains.
Bastards are after the chains. This location.
They are charging the chains.
Any more of them on that one? I cannot block to save my life.
Attempted to sabotage.
Where? Or here, I'll take it. Hold up.
It's bombarding the chains.
Alright, well, that didn't have the effect I wanted it to. This is very much like the same one with the, oh god, hello. Give me that, give me that. Come on. Yeah, get it.
They harry the chains.
Oh yeah, it's over here.
Tyranids are clawing at those chains again.
Yeah, we took care of them. We're still at 70%. Oh god. Oh, is it rapidly speeding up now all of a sudden? What the f... It was going so slow before, so you just have to defend each 4 chains. I saw it coming. Where are the grenades? Oh, there's a medical stem. Yeah, give me that.
Better. Grabbing equipment.
3 grenades. Oh god, what is that? What is that? Is that a spore? Are we about to get ambushed right at the top here?
Not today, Xenos scum.
You fought admirably.
Was that to the Tyranids or to your guys? It's kind of hard to tell.
We'll need explosives. Nothing's getting through that door.
Ventilation tunnels?
Checking. 1 floor down.
Let's go.
Give me the shock grenades, but I don't like them.
There was a word written in blood on Nozick's Thunderhawk. Imura.
Do not speak it, brother. The words of the archenemy hold dangerous power.
One should not dismiss any data that may be relevant.
Have you ever faced the arch-enemy, Sergeant?
Regrettably, I have not.
Then I suggest you listen to your brother.
If the archenemy is involved, might we not encounter them here?
I hope we do. I wish to have words with those traitors.
My blood rages at the thought of them.
They'll be counting on your hatred. Be sure they don't use it against you.
Yeah, smart. Is that an audio log? Guardian Relic. Oh yeah. Oh, that's useful. Yeah. I swear Gadriel's voice was different. Was like lighter. Or 46 over 71? What does that even mean? I look at my controller to figure out which button that was to hide. Again, my ability to
Down here.
The Adeptus Mechanicus put up a fight here.
Alright, ready grenade for when the hordes come.
Vile creatures taint every crevice. How far to the cogitator?
With no direct route. It'll take longer than I'd like.
Just creeping through tunnels. Oh god, is that one of the worm ones?
They're plotting something. What plotting could these insects be capable of? These
Don't-
are mere drones.
Then what guides them?
A worthy adversary.
I'm lost. Where am I going? Here's some faint organ music in the background. Alright, whatever. Alright, looks like we're going out into an open space.
More tyranid filth.
They are a plague, staining worlds with their very presence.
Is there anything around here?
This damn door won't open. Look for a nearby access terminal.
We're in close quarters, so this might be more worth this. Reset the system. Oh god. We're gonna have to do another wave attack, or another wave game.
What happened? Power's down. Must be the reset. Listen. They're in the walls. Ready your bolters.
Where are they coming from?
Watch your back.
Scheiße. Crap. I'm not German. Why am I cursing in German? Oh god, what is this thing? My guys are doing everything for me. That was kind of ridiculous. I am just sloppy. I didn't even use any of my grenades. Oh, that was over with.
Proceed through the door.
Now I'm gonna go with the shotgun. So next time one of those guys come, I can just, you know, shotgun rain them to the face.
Down here. Rally on the elevator.
Is that, you really need harsh direction on that? Hello?
Almost there. Through the main hub, then we're at the data banks.
Expect heavy resistance. They wish to interfere with our objective. Our objective is of no concern to them. Their only wish is to kill us.
Don't underestimate the hive mind. Alright, oh god, what is this bullshit? Melter rifle. Oculus bolt carbine. Box. God, what is this place? What are these things? It's like a bunch of servers. Where are we even going? Oh god, it's one of these things.
A Carnifex! What's up practical! Do not get caught when it charges at you. Come and meet your end, beast!
Oh, I can dodge this thing at least. Oh, so now it's on like a 3-state. Hello. Fuck, do I have any other ammo? Shit. Gotta get around it. I'm gonna die. Shit. No, 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 no. Yep. Nope, I got this. Let me hit you. Got it. All right, I survived that. I did have one down. I had to take points away from me from that, but I got him down. Yeah. Oh god, that was. Get over here.
Munitions secured.
I got a piece of that statue would offer more sport.
It was outnumbered. I once faced a Carnifex alone, but nothing but a bolt pistol. That was sport.
Well, I am glad to share in the glory of this kill.
Glory of this kill. Very bloodlusty of you. If Chiron actually like became like a cornate berserker, that like, you know, might fit. We're going down again. Just keep on descending. Keep on descending.
This facility is in shambles.
This is a giant turbine.
Center is intact. Can we access losers tracking data from another system?
Apparently not. It's this or nothing.
God, what the fudge? Why? Move! Quickly.
What manner of research could justify such a waste of human life? It does not surprise me. The Adeptus Mechanicus so willingly make monsters of themselves.
Oh. Crack grenades are good. Gotcha. I actually blocked that time. I'm improving. Now I probably could like improve my skills if I actually like play this with like full power. I just want to make sure. All right, I should actually check like video, render resolution, dynamic, 2 times lower resolution with upscaling, so do quality. Without upscaling and using the dynamic, automatically downscales render resolution during gameplay. You know what? I'm just going to set it at quality, so... let's put it at balanced. Built-in entity out. Oh, God, I don't know what half of this shit is. Whatever, I'll purposely, How's this work? RB for speed combo, speed style, fast attack combo with great reach. Power style, slow, wide swings, best against swarms. Power combo, RB. Air, thrust, whirl slash, evading while sprinting. Power rake, in the middle of a combo, RB. Unique abilities, whirl, RB, switch stance by pausing momentarily, RB. What? Man, I don't get it. Whatever.
Xenos, they have us boxed in.
Oh wait, I think this feels a way bit better. Go on, go off. Yeah, they're kind of, just... Maybe they can learn.
Access restored. Corridor cleared for transit. Advanced by the Omnissiah's will.
Alright, this is definitely feeling a little bit better now that I changed the graphics. Something up here for me? Little extras, anything? Bolter, heavy bolter that I can't use. I'm at max ammo. Alright. Alright, let's go.
No sign of the archenemy.
Maybe they've been and gone.
Maybe they're not involved after all.
Stick to what you know, brother.
I'm merely observing the data, as I am taught to do by the Codex Astartes.
Man, y'all just love the Codex Astartes, don't you?
A Volkite reactor, still running.
Let's hope the machine spirit has it under control.
This is what I get.
Meltdown will be catastrophic.
We'll disable it once we have the data.
I swear it looks like there's a skull there, but I guess that's... Oh god, what is that? Listen, the only people who end up actually fucking with chaos half the time is the Inquisition. Because they're so unaccountable. Is this a cogitator? Well, I got a feeling it's not. Oh god. Well, cutscene. Pray to the machine god. Or machine spirit.
I awaken.
Lieutenant Titus, Ultramarines, 2nd Company.
Enter your command.
Locate Marius Luz.
Access denied.
Motherfucker.
Access
Says granted.
Establishing locus. Avarax. The city. Temple of Thasian.
Vitals are elevated.
I'll box for a Thunderhawk.
Wait. Open file Project Aurora.
Register intention requisition.
Open the file.
Raya Drog. Oh god, why?
Open file reconstruction.
Brother, those are classified.
Yeah, and I'm a space marine.
No. It was destroyed. Mechanicus fools. Display current location of artifact.
So... Yawn! That's alluding to the first game. Gaia is where the first game happened, so...
This whole place will collapse onto the city beneath us.
Just forgetting Charon actually has the, whatchamacallit, prosthetic arm.
Get them off the core.
What, they're just lemming suiciding their way into the core?
Into the reactor. We must shut it down before they destabilize it further.
How do we just stay?
Spirit, power down the reactor.
No compliance. Remote circuits are fused. Manual override required.
Explain.
Emergency disengagement mechanisms are located on the reactor platform.
Clear a path to those controls.
Which controls?
Changing magazine.
Gotcha. Oh, down the throat.
Target destroyed.
Where are we going? Get to it. Come on, speed this up. Let's go.
Jettisoning Volkite pylon. Stand by.
Is that enough? No, we probably gotta do more. You know, let's go to the chainsaw for a bit. Oh, I don't have grenades. Crap. Oh wait, there's some shock grenades.
Loading up. They hit the reactor. Hold them back, damn it!
Well, am I taking damage from those things? Oh yeah, love the sound of the chainsword in the evening. It's evening where I am, Central. No, I saw that coming. Right next to me, dumbass. That's not what I wanted to do.
Move to the next console. Make haste. Restocking. Reload.
This next one, turn this off. Are they gonna come from the same place or what?
How many pylons remain engaged?
One Volkite pylon maintains the reactor.
Disengaging.
Unable to comply. Temperatures have fused remote circuits. Manual intervention required.
What do you mean by manual?
Drone, damn it! They are making another push. Intercept.
Wait, how did I,
No Xeno started. Reloading weapon. The beast craves death, brother.
I forget how to do the,
We must break its shield.
Oh, you. No, I'm gonna take you out. 'Cause you're the support and you suck. This stupid fucking thing. God damn it. Are those things explosive or what? Yes, thank you. Jesus. I'm not religious. I shouldn't be thanking Jesus. That's not me. Oh, I'm just damaging myself with that.
Approaching critical failure. Meltdown imminent. Disengage remaining pylon to complete shutdown sequence.
Where? How?
Activate those controls, now!
Volkite pylon jettisoned. Reaction has entered entropic decay.
That was the last of them.
Finally.
Non-essential systems returning to hibernation.
Oh, thank God.
No sign of Tyranids. The smell of burnt ichor is enough.
We have what we came for. Move to the extraction zone.
That the move? That it? We over with? Next mission? Taking 45 minutes? Alright, we'll do one more mission. Then get out of here. Then call it for a night. 8. Sorry, 8:24. God damn. Where does the time go? Like how I'm sitting next to Chiron instead of just like my two subordinates constantly facing me. And man, that ladder to get up there, that thing is large. I don't think Space Marines are supposed to pilot these things.
Lieutenant, what did you see in those Mechanicus files?
A record of extreme foolishness.
Explain.
You may direct that request to our captain.
Get and go and fuck yourself.
Give me a tactical overlay of the city.
Captain!
A minute.
The Adeptus Mechanicus must be stopped.
What?
If they trigger the weapon, the results could be catastrophic.
Bang! I'm out.
Research.
They're using an artifact to power the weapon. I've seen it before, on a planet named Graia. A traitor by the name of Nemroth called it a fragment of the Dark God's power that almost destroyed the planet.
Graia. Titus, the Mechanicus are acting on orders approved by the Primarch. And here are you, talking of Graia, of all places.
Damn it, Captain, if Chaos is here, if they get their hands on this thing...
Enough! I will hear no more on the subject.
Motherfucker. Damn it.
Now, did you get a location for moves?
Aye, sir.
Then get down there and find him!
Ty's being the insubordinate one right now.
Who would see you sent back to the Inquisition? Tread carefully, brother.
Is that a threat, buddy? Captain? Oh, Captain, my Captain. Oh, what's this? Mission terminal.
Planetary defense forces have been reassigned to crowd control alongside the Adeptus Arbites. The Imperial Guard are maintaining the frontline positions.
We need every gun on that planet pointed at the High Fleet.
Battle barge serves as center for operations. Select the planet to start a mission. The current mission is marked in yellow. Direct and mark and finished missions are also available to replay. Changing the game mode allows you to switch operations and internal war game modes. Playing these modes before finishing the main campaign could reveal spoilers for the campaign story. Okay, fine. Alright, so operations. Operations in PvE game mode centered around the auxiliary missions of the combat squads Talsa and Veridin. Playing the mode before finishing the game may... Spoilers for the campaign. As a member of Combat Squad, you confront the Imperium's enemies, customize your armor, and upgrade your weapons to hold back the encroaching darkness. Select a mission starting with Inferno is recommended to enter operations mode without selecting a specific mission, returning to the battle barge from this screen. Alright, what is Eternal World? Is a PvP good game mode. Alright, I'm not gonna fuck with that right now. What's this? So, this is Inferno. It's classified. Complete the campaign before undertaking this mission. Alright. Any more? Skyfire. Did I do this one? Alright. Be back. Demirium, not available. Avarax. We did this one, so the next one is Servant of the Machine. Alright, fuck it. In we go. Parts of the current mission will be lost. Are you sure you want to play another... What? Am I not done on this one yet? Fuck it, in we go. Let's do this. Full darling. I don't know why I say that so much. So we see it landing but not taking off for the mission? What?
Lieutenant,
that's...
What did you see in those Mechanicus files?
A record of extreme foolishness.
Oh.
Explain.
It just restarted, so we got back and now we're gonna have the whole cutscene over again. Yeah, so go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna tell you anything, even though I think you honestly should. Alright. B, skip. Alright. Alright. Proceed to the launch bay. Okay. I got totally distracted. Alright, let's go.
Damn them. After everything that happened.
Brother, do not keep us in the dark.
It is not your concern.
Titus!
Criticize the captain for withholding intelligence, and yet you treat us to the same evasive obscurity.
Stray words have cost me dearly.
So you do not trust us?
Brothers, calm yourselves, lest you face the chaplain's censure.
Yeah, Titus, you gotta like open up with something. Just like makes me looks like an orc. Land! Damage control team, get out here quickly.
I hope they survived.
Let me guess, they probably didn't. Twitch. I streamed this on Twitch, actually. Alright. Alright, let's keep the swords. We got the bolt sniper rifle, the bolt rifle, heavy bolt rifle, auto. Yeah, let's go with this one. Alright, let's get out of here. Another mission, call it a night. Boys, you okay?
I will not concede another loss to our enemies.
Brother, you seem troubled.
I tire of reckless fools.
I hope you do not mean us.
Not unless you worship the Omniscient.
Ah, then I share your distaste.
There is so much tension within the, You know, I think there's a commentary to be had about how, like, now we're in the Indomitus era of 40k universe where things are, like, on the mend, so to speak, with Gilliman leading the fray. I think we're probably due for some, like, internal civil war. Alright, Avarax must reach the Temple of Thasaean, rescue Morius Luz. I don't really know that. But, probably it'd be worth having, like, some internal war, like, oh, Gilliman finally has it running. Has things running well in the Empire. They're reconquering the galaxy after much strain. But then, oh no, something finally... Factions finally within the Imperium finally lead to some internal civil war.
The temple is located inside the dome section of the city. We'll have to land outside and make our approach. Lock armor.
Oh, finally we're fighting in a city. Is this from like the from like some of the demo stuff? Man, look at that rendering. I had to take it so low.
Lance of Jove, report.
Minor damage. Tech team is inbound.
Can we depend on you for extraction?
Yes, Lord. We will be there.
Very good, brother. The Emperor protects. Make haste. We have considerable ground to cover.
But I imagine, like, you know, a good way to, like, you know, bring back Grim Dark is that without the advent of chaos at all, we just have factions with the Imperium starting a civil war. Guilliman versus the Inquisition would be the obvious one I could think of. And I don't know what Space Marine factions actually side with the Inquisition over the over with Guilliman. Oh God, what is that?
Looks like a neurothrope placed on Overwatch inside that building. My thanks.
My thanks. Oh God, my Steam name. Gotcha! I saw that coming a mile away. Alright, now that I actually have faster rendering, maybe this will actually feel right. That was a lot of reloading. What are you swinging at, brother? I don't know.
Have you faced a neurothrope before? I have. A tricky adversary.
It's the Militarum or whatever.
This will serve you well. Clear the area. For the Emperor.
Aid the Astra Militarum. I got it right. Oh, hey.
Another one.
Got it. Whoa, right in the chest. Oh. Oh, take him out while we got him. Oh, with your own sword, buddy. How humiliating. Thank you, my minions, for doing all the work to get these guys into execution mode. Oh, the carbine's got a tri-burst function. That's interesting. Like M16s did in their initial release.
Chiron! Bless the Emperor. It's good to see you.
Where's your squad?
Dead.
Neurothrope tore them to pieces.
We need to get across the bridge.
Lieutenant, nothing gets across with that beast up there.
What are we up against?
It has its rear covered and we do not have the manpower to break through. The Cadians are holding the bridge, at great cost.
Set up assault positions by the bridge. We'll deal with the neurothrope.
Very well.
We will avenge them, brother. Watch yourself.
Varelus. Vareus? Neothropes Locus. What's this?
A direct assault on the
Melta bomb? Okay. Oh, I just dropped that on us. I'm sorry. I just killed a bunch of my own guys. Fuck. Wow. Had to dump an entire mag into that fucker. I can just shoot those things instead of just having to eat it. No, you can't. I can't just swing into that and make it work. Slash slash. All those Cadians are dead. I probably killed them with that melted bomb. Where's the frags?
Served together in Ninth Company. I owe him my life. How so? We were once defending a stronghold from an Orcason. A war boss overpowered me, had his drill against my head. Morales appeared, cut the bastard's arm off, and beat him to death with it.
Let us honor him by avenging his men.
Yeah, what he says. Well said, Gadriel. Oh, by elevator. Anything up over here? Is this the elevator maintenance facility? Where did this thing go?
Watch your backs.
I probably need to do this on a higher difficulty, but then again, I already suck enough as it is with blocking and dodging, so it'd probably be a nightmare. Where are we going? This way? Where are we going? After what happened to that elevator, would we really want to get on here? Fuck it, whatever. The Emperor protects!
Brother, what happened on Graya? Nothing good.
Can you be specific?
I would sooner focus on the mission at hand.
God damn it, Titus!
Holding information relevant to the mission at hand. Mind yourself, Sergeant. Your behavior has been erratic. You force your way into classified files. You tell us nothing.
Gadriel,
We deserve to know who is leading us. This conversation is over.
Titus is being obstinate, and I really don't like it. Alright, bolt carbine, melter rifle, stalker bolt rifle, heavy bolt rifle, whatever. I'll take that. Combat knife. Anything over here?
Deal with them! Bradley, come and meet death soon us.
Were we supposed to go this way? Probably not. Oh, you can jump down.
Morales, ready your men.
You broke through.
we're about to take down the Neurothrope.
Neurothrope.
Make it suffer.
Concentrate fire on the Neurothrope. Rock grenade deployed.
Okay, maybe a melter rifle would have been useful. Wasted. God damn, what the fuck is going on over here? Help me, my AI companions. Oh wow, we are just like getting swarmed right now.
Another one dead.
Come on, take it down, take it down, take it down.
Changing magazine.
Like, do I have to take cover from that, or like, what do I do?
Restocking. Reloading weapon.
Well, how do you defend against these? Come on, we're almost there. We got it. Oh, fucking run. Get it. Get it. Get it. So how would this just Joe, those giant AoE attacks, how do you stop them? Like, thank you for not making that a quick time event. That's much appreciated.
Victory is ours, brothers.
What the fuck? Is that a giant shell?
This is Titus. Your men are clear to take the bridge.
By the Primarch, I had little faith I would hear from you again. Will you be joining the assault?
Our path leads to the dome.
Travel well, brothers.
Lance of Joe, we are heading for the bridge. Status report.
Damage is worse than I thought. Tech priests are working on it now.
Keep me updated. Brothers, let us proceed.
I'm keeping the heavy bolt rifle. I don't know why. Alright. Press X to what? Alright, we're all here now. Alright, interact. Open it up.
Acadians are driving the Tyranids back. The Xenos cowards balk at a fair fight. Vile creatures. No time to gloat.
Yes.
We must keep moving.
No, I don't trust myself with the melt up.
Let none escape.
I'm probably wasting it on these guys, but oh well. Alright, saw a few more shots. Alright. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait, can I get more? Is there something else there? Bolt rifle with grenade launcher. I don't know. I don't remember how to use it, so fuck it. No.
War gear prime. Target
I really want to use RB to launch a grenade, and that was a waste. Oh shit. God damn it. Yeah, the AIs just make it a little bit too easy, but then again, I suck. So, that may not be the worst thing for me.
Still a long way from the dome. And we must hurry.
Mission over, cutscene, cutscene. Oh, like it's a floater tank.
Sergeant, good to see you.
The Cadians had the bridge under control. Thought you could use an extra hand.
A welcome offer.
Climb on.
Where are we going? Administratum building.
The temple is this way.
Lieutenant, the Cadians are requesting support.
Go. Thank you, brother.
Clank. Oh.
Ultramarines!
I think I know what this is.
Have the enemy infiltrated the dome?
No, my lord.
What about the Temple of Dasi?
The dome was evacuated days ago.
Rejoin the main force immediately.
Our orders are to remain here.
Something spooky.
Captain Fairburn, we are to hold this position until further notice.
The dome is empty. Now move on.
But, sire...
I gave you an order.
Forgive me, my lord. Perhaps there was a communication error. The captain insisted.
The deserters.
No. We have our orders.
Vox your captain. If you are deserters, I'll execute you myself.
Captain Fairburn, come in.
Man, those graphics.
Fairburn, come in.
Chaos Mark. Wow, even that right. Oh, did that kill him? Man, I thought he had death flags written all over him. God damn it. No! Oh my god, he got a piece of rebar in his eye. Oh. Yep. It's the arch enemy. Hey, how's it going, guys? What's up, you traitors fucks? Yeah, that's right, Chiron. Get him. Get him.
Traitors of the thousand suns. Cowards. You will pay for what you've done.
First execution on a heretic. Oh, I just ripped his head. Whoa, buddy. I gotta say, their armor looks prettier, but then again, I'm not one for prettiness. Whoa! I did not know I could do that. Chaos! Yeah, you guys look like Chaos guys now. That's right. Oh. Grenade.
Purge the heretics.
Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. No. Get over here. Die. Oh, it ripped their arms off. Alright, these guys aren't so tough. Then again, I am on what God knows what difficulty right now. Yeah, I'm not doing. I don't need time. I don't have time for executions.
Captain Akaran.
Akaran here.
We were just attacked by the forces of chaos.
You're certain?
No doubt. Heretic Astartes and their minions.
Throne, damn it. Do you have Luz?
Negative. We're minutes away.
Find him and get him out of there. Hurry.
Yes, Scott Lord. I don't know anything about who this Traitor Legion is. They just got like weird, curvy, artistic armor. Oh god, yeah. I guess they're a Chaos Undivided kind of guy. They don't have a specific god they're dedicated to. God damn it. Oh great, he's separated from us now. Way to go, idiot. You're completely surrounded now. Gadriel, let's go. We gotta bail his ass.
Cover him.
I will grind your bones to dust.
If I was actually doing this with multiplayer, would this actually like... Oh god, what the f... God damn it. Oh, what are you? Are you actually a demon? Oh, I think these guys are demons, or humans who got transmogrified into demons, because they don't look... Oh god! You seem really fucking slow, and
Your treachery ends now.
these guys are like so casual, it's like... Are you actually fighting me, or what? Like in a multiplayer, that would be interesting where you're stuck there fending for yourself. What the fuck? Can I not destroy this thing? What the fuck? I can't go through there? What the Through the gut. And down. There we go.
That is all of them. Bring me more.
The exit is blocked by heretic sorcery.
The altar. It bears the mark of the archenemy.
Oh my god.
Destroy it.
Oh.
Destroy that vile structure.
Yeah, give me that eye.
Artifact
Here I am blowing all my ammo on it.
Shields are collapsing. Chiron, move through the exit.
Brother, by the gates of Hera you must calm yourself. I will not rest until every last vile heretic lies dead at my feet.
Oh, he's succumbing to chaos in his own right. God damn it. You know what? Let's try. Let's do the plasma pistol first up. And let's pick chain sword. Swap it up a bit.
Resupplying.
Alright. What's about to happen here? Why are they giving me a sniper rifle?
Chiron, I order you to regroup.
I have other business.
Calm down.
I will need cover. Move.
Gadriel, no!
I've never seen him lose control like this. He has put the fate of the whole system in jeopardy.
Dude, Chiron, just go coordinate Berserker and let's get this over with. I can already see this coming. Oh, hello. Demons from the netherworld.
Restocking.
Heretic cowards. I will end you all.
Just pledge yourself to corn, buddy, alright? Let's skip the dramatics.
Atreus.
Oh yeah. God, it feels like there's so much more ephemeral.
We've cleared this side. Focus fire on the lower level.
Okay. Man, they're just sitting there and taking it. Are they actual Chaos Marines, or... are they like hollow shells that aren't actually Chaos Marines? Because that, or it's a difficulty level that's like...
Back to the war. No traitors remain. Get to Chiron, now!
Bro lost control of himself.
Sergeant, check the perimeter.
Yes, brother.
Explain yourself.
Need I justify my hatred?
You need justify your
Recklessness.
The traitors have a debt to me.
And you would throw away your life to collect?
Death is my duty.
Your duty is to the Emperor. You will die when and where he so chooses, not over some personal vendetta.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, this is actually nothing smart out of Titus. Not for you. For the Emperor. For the Imperium. And is the Magos that we even came here for even alive? Oh god, what is that? Is that Sanguinius?
Luz must be in there.
They're using some kind of shield.
The altars. Same ones we encountered earlier. They must generate the shield.
Destroy them. Then purge these abominations from the face of this world.
Based. Yeah, whatever.
It seems the traitors' motives are unmasked.
Seems.
You doubt they wish to stop Aurora?
You will soon learn that when dealing with heretics, nothing is as it seems.
Nah, I don't trust myself with that stupid... You know what? Alright, fine. Plasma weapon. There's a carbine, and then there's... Yeah, we'll do it for the sake of variety. I love my shotguns, which is kind of effectively what the Melta is, but I swear these guys are like... Gotcha. Fuck you. Come on. Dual execution. Yeah, there we go, Chiron. Now we're working in sync together.
Why?
The artifact we saw in those classified files may be of Chaos origin.
Why wasn't it destroyed?
It is immensely powerful. They believe they can control it.
And you're just gonna hand it over to Luz? Let it continue?
These are my orders.
What are they doing?
It matters not. Kill them! Let us tear off their limbs.
Kill those slaves of the Court and gain the notice of the Changer of Rage.
Oh, it's a Space Marine. I was wondering what the fuck that was.
Die for the true gods!
The coward witch vanished.
Another barrier. Sustained by that altar, no doubt.
Purge the heretics so we may destroy it. Gladly.
Gotcha! Whoa, God, what is... Oh. Yeah, the more you're closer to the chaos, the more it's like messing with my visual, spatial, and auditory senses. No time. There we go. Oh, I could have used that, though, honestly. Yes, let's go. That was simple enough. Alright, now where's this goddamn witch gonna show up? Or, wizard. Oh, that's gonna be useful.
They are attempting to breach the doors.
That is no simple sorcery. Look how twisted the water has grown. It seems alive.
If it lives, then let us teach it of pain and death.
Interesting artwork.
It reeks of the warp.
Raise the armor of your contempt and snuff it out.
Look! It shrinks from us.
Then keep close and endure. We must disrupt the spell.
Hold position at the altar. Okay, another wave tactic. God damn it. Alright.
The heretics sent such a meager force to meet us.
Show them the error of their ways.
Just kick back. This is Sparta. I see that, and then I just ignore it.
Your worthless life is empty. My own eyes deceive.
The wretches think they can stop us.
Let us relieve them of their delusions, brother.
Hold this ground.
Oh, that just killed me. Damn. Aborted critical injuries. Do not ask why. Kill the alien. Rather ask why not. So what do I have to restart the whole mission? Do I get a checkpoint? What happened? Alright. Alright, I was staying maybe a little bit too close to that thing, and sometimes I need to go out and melee and actually regain some of my health. Alright.
Attempting to breach the doors.
That is no simple sorcery. Look how twisted the altar has grown. It seems alive.
If it lives, then let us teach it of pain and death.
It reeks of the warp.
Raise the armor of your contempt and snuff it out.
My contempt is my
It
armor.
shrinks from us.
Then keep close and endure. We must disrupt the spell.
The heretics sent such a meager force to meet us.
Show them the error of their ways.
Man, they cry like little bitches.
More abominations that wish to die.
Leave these monstrosities to me.
Chiron, get the fuck out of there. Oh, I thought we were like that bit closer. But I guess we have to get up to 100%, not get it down to 0%.
The wretches think they can stop us.
Let us relieve them of their delusions, brother.
Hold this ground.
Alright, get back in here. It's only one guy.
treachery ends now.
Alright, I can use that. And that. Get over here.
That champion lies defeated.
Champion? I don't think we've seen a champion yet. Alright, thank you for giving that to me while we're in here. Alright, 54%. We're doing pretty good, I think. Oh god, that's a lot of guys. No. Yeah, finish them off. Good. Alright, where are they coming from now? Hello. Keep a clear view of the surroundings. We're at 78%. Oh, this is getting bad fast. We're almost there. We got the door open. Oh, get over here. Oh, there goes my execution. Thank you. Fuck you. Alright, focus on the mission. Get it. With an absolute smidgen of health left.
Their sorcery is undone. Lieutenant Titus to Lance of Jove, status report.
We are patched up and on our way.
See you at the objective.
The Emperor protects.
Oculus Bolt Carbine. Yeah, sure, let's swap it out. Oh, we're out of here?
Lance of Jove, stand by for extraction.
Do we get him or not?
In the name of the Emperor, open the doors!
I'm putting my hands resting up against the back of my head.
Morius lose.
I owe you my existence.
Come with us.
To where?
The battle barge.
Compliance, but I must speak with Archmagus Nozick at once.
He is dead.
He's dead.
Dead.
You have to replace him. Lose.
Seems like a chill and, I don't know, thoughtful guy. He has 2 prosthetic arms.
Power source. It's dangerous.
I have spent my life studying it. I assure you it's quite safe. In the right hands.
I don't believe you. Yes.
Why must the Mechanicus meddle with the unknown?
We follow the will of the Omnisire.
Go ahead.
Titus, report to Captain Akaran immediately on arrival.
Confirmed.
Titus. A Captain Titus was killed on the Forge world of Graia over a century ago. He died holding the power source in his hands.
I didn't die. Is that what the official records say?
Not even an Astartes could survive power of that magnitude.
Morius Luz, come with me.
Is that the chaplain? I blanked out for a second there. Is that him? So our captain died at some point and he came back to life? Question mark? Like they keep on getting the getting relevant information. It's just not through from Titus's mouth. It's like they're getting up drips and drabs, or maybe like full-on gulps at this point. But all right. Yeah, so that'll be it for the evening. Just exited this, and I'll try and find that tweet that related the Adeptus Mechanicus to real life, like, technicians. Alright.
We must report to Captain Akaran.
Nah, I'm calling it a day. Go to sleep. We'll go to sleep. Load last checkpoint. Quit. Yep. Alright, there it is. Turn off my controller, save the battery. Go to Twitter for a moment. I think I twisted it for myself. Oh yeah, I found it. Alright. Alright. Something to cap the night off with. Brave. Alright, here we go. Wow, what the fuck? What? All right, here we go. Oh, no. I zoomed in on this. As someone who works on a big robotic minigun for the Navy, you would not believe how close to home the Adeptus Mechanicus hits for me. For starters, we have written procedures that need to be followed to the letter like a ritual, and deviating from all, especially during a spot check, can get you in serious trouble. No joke. That is... Spot checking is a thing. Like every week, you have to get with some sailor, and then they have to show you the process of maintenance that they did on something last week. Especially during a spot checking. Technicians are also really goddamn superstitious, and for good reason. If you accidentally cut yourself on the equipment, it will start to work as if it was accepted, as if it accepted your blood sacrifice. The mounts also have names and their own personalities. If you do anything that displeases the machine spirits, they will not work. My favorite story I was told by one of my instructors in school was the time a bunch of Aegis techs sacrificed a live chicken to their radar and sealed its bones inside a metal box and attached it to the radar console, after which it started working flawlessly. That is until the CO came by and saw the box stuck to it in order to be taken down. The moment it was taken down, the radar cut off and refused to work. After countless hours of troubleshooting this thing and finding nothing, they have to fly a tech rep out to figure out what the hell is matter with this thing? They tell him what happened, and his response, he puts the box back on the console because he knows that what sort of black magic runs this equipment, and lo and behold, it starts working again. Alright, hold up. I need to actually, like, finish this. Whoever made the machine cult got it spot on what kind of culture a bunch of technicians would develop if left on their own for a millennia. I was in the U.S. Navy. Scarily enough, I concur. All right, it's not that bad. It's just like actually sacrificing a fucking chicken to your like Sea Whiz mount, but it is like you have to like religiously follow the instructions you were given. Now, then again, the current maintenance system that we have now, the 3M maintenance system, was like developed in like the late 90s or something to actually like computerized track our maintenance. And oh my god, is it a nightmare at times. It's a good system if it was completely operated on by 100 IQ people, but that's not the entire Navy. But yeah, like searching for the tech rep who like, there's one time we had some piece of equipment, I won't say which, on our ship that was going down and it was causing problems for us, like operationally. And we were desperately like trying, can you send out a fucking tech rep? Like somebody from the people who actually manufacture this thing, or somebody who's been experienced on this thing, who like started out with this thing and knows the ins and outs. And then they send us like an E3, like a guy fresh out of boot camp, TAD to us to help. And it's just like, yeah, that's an extra pair of hands to keep troubleshooting, but he doesn't have the deep learned knowledge and superstition surrounding this piece of equipment. And like, the captain's like, is just like, so wait, what did we get? Yeah, we just got an E3. We asked for like an experienced tech rep, and then our poor actual dedicated technician who was from the, who was actually part of our ship's company, who has dedicated training for this one piece of equipment. He is like bouncing back and forth in emails about how to fix this. And then ultimately it never got fixed until the end of patrol, and we had to do a big overhaul of the system in a way. So yeah, it is scary how accurate that was. We live in Adeptus Mechanicus times. It's only a matter of time before how do I say this? Like, modern civilization, we got hit by an asteroid, we'd get our own machine cult at some point. Eating cat food, yeah. Oh god. Pippa Y. Alright. Oh, and the Wisconsin Supreme Court results are in. I don't care. I don't live in that state. And also the point is, like, apparently Wisconsin's going to lose a House seat, and, like, Texas is going to gain 4. So hopefully the victory is, like, as ephemeral as you want it to be. Alright. That's all for the evening. As usual, good night and good luck. See you all next time.